Hi, BookTube! It's Missy. How are you guys? I'm great. I'm so excited. Today, my Boxing Day sale box from the book outlet came in. I've been waiting for like 3 weeks. Has it been 3 weeks? Maybe 2 weeks. When you're waiting for something, things tend to take forever. And I'm just excited that I got it. It's 30 pounds. I can't really lift it up. I'll try for you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh God. Ta-da! It's ginormous. My dad sent me some money for Christmas. He lives in Hawaii and I live in California, so I don't see him very often. So he gave me a nice sum of money for my Christmas present, and I bought a ton of books. The sale was 50% off. I made sure that I immediately shared their information on Twitter and got that 50% coupon, and I went crazy. I believe this is 37 books. I'm pretty sure it's 37 books. I will share with you guys the most expensive book in the box, and I will share with you guys the cheapest book in the box, but they were all around $4.99, I believe. Let's get into it, shall we? I got my scissors here, and while I'm cutting, I think I mentioned it in the down information bar. Monday, my 7-year-old decided to kamikaze off of the top bunk. Their bunk beds right here in the room that I'm sitting next to is 5 feet tall. 5 feet tall, that's the height of me. That's not even a very high fall. And we have carpet in this room. So when he fell off the bed, he broke his wrists, both of them. He fractured both of his wrists, falling off a 5-foot high bunk bed onto carpet. So they're dangerous regardless. And I felt very bad for him, and I took him to the emergency room Monday night, and he got splints put on, and then I made an appointment for the casts to be put on, and I had to wait until today to get them done. He was very excited. He got them both read. He loves it. I'll insert a picture. He's a cutie pie. I love him. He was so brave in the emergency room. He didn't cry. He just sat patiently, waited for everything to happen, and then he went home. So, I love that kid. Anywho, I have gotten the box open. First thing in the box is the receipts. Let me share with you guys. Alright, so the most expensive book in this box was $4.89. And the cheapest books were $1.49, so I did pretty good. Everything was under $5. I am excited. So, let's get on with it. We have all the paper. All of the paper. Now, most of these books are going to be part of a series, and the rest of them are new. I don't really know much about them. The synopsis looked amazing, or it was a cover buy. This first book was definitely a cover buy. I'm really excited to read it, and it is The Curiosity by Stephen P. Kiernan. A true page turner, a book that will stop your heart and start it again. It is a time travel book, I believe. If not, I'm sorry, but it's just gorgeous. It's got deckled edges. I love the whimsical clock on there. I am addicted to anything that has buttons on it. Buttons are my weakness. Anything that looks like it's homemade, I don't know. This is just awesome. I love this cover. The next book in the box is Big Fish by Daniel Wallace. Now, I own this movie. I love this movie. Keisha was talking about this book a couple weeks ago, and so I immediately put it on in my cart, and I was able to buy it for super cheap. I can't wait to read it. Like I said, I own this movie. I love this movie, so I want to read the book. Alright, the next book in the box is a new release. I was impressed that they had it on Book Outlet, but it is Complicit. I always get that wrong. Complicit by Stephanie Kewen. I borrowed this from the library. I still have it. I need to return it, but I decided, well, it sounds really interesting. I really want to read it, and so I will just buy the hardcover and return the other one to the library. This is a mental illness book. I love mental illness books, and so I cannot wait to read it, and it's really short. It's under 300 pages. The next book in the box is, oh, I didn't realize it was going to be a non-dust jacket hardcover. Very cool. This is The Rapture of Nerds. I heard someone talk about this a long time ago. This is by Cory Doctorow and Charles Strouse. Like I said, I didn't realize it was going to be a hardback like this. Oh well, it seems really interesting. I'm hoping I'll like it. I believe it's science fiction. The next book in the box, everybody has now purchased this book, I believe, and that is Rainbow Rowell's Eleanor and Park. I own her fangirl book. I haven't read it yet, but everybody raves about this, and I had to buy it. I had to buy it, and it was cheap. It was like $3.99 or something, so if I don't like it, I'll just trade it away, and someone else might love it more than me. I don't know. I think I'll like it. Alright. The next book in the box is Extras by Scott Westerfeld. This is the last book in the Uglies series. This is actually a companion novel, I believe. You don't have to have it, but I wanted to add it to my collection. And I really like these paperback editions, and this is so pretty. It's just so pretty. I had to buy it. So now I have all of them. Now I can finally read it this year. I'm so excited. Alright, the next book is Catch Your Death by Louise Voss and Mark Edwards. Fear is Contagious. I think this is another like psychological thriller book. I loved the cover. It looked like the girl was in an asylum. If she's not, I'm excited to read it anyway. It was super cheap. I wanted it, so I got it. The next book that I bought was Fairy Tales and Nightmares by Melissa Marr. This is a bind up of a whole bunch of short stories. I've added this to my cart several times, but always taken it back out because I didn't want to pay like $4.99 for it. But this time it was like $2.99, and so I bought it. I had to. This girl is so pretty. I like the ghostly look of the whole thing, and every once in a while you want to read a short story, right?
Just get them off. That's not the right word. Just read them. They're always fun. This is turning out to be a really bad video.
The next book in the box is Venomous by Christopher Crovatin. I think that's how you say it. This is a contemporary. I don't know why I bought all these contemporaries. This is a dark, gritty contemporary. So I'm looking forward to reading it. It's about a boy who has anger management issues, I think. And I really liked the cover. I think someone hauled this once and talked about it, or maybe I just saw it on Goodreads. It looks cool. I want to read it. There's that. Alright, the next two books in the box is part of a series that I already own. The first book is called Hollow. The second book is Haunted, and it's by Jessica Verde. I am so excited to have these in paperback because the first one I bought is in paperback. I love these covers. They are so pretty. And the third book in the series is Hidden. Look at that. And that's what Hollow looks like with the necklace. So pretty. The next book in the box is Social Suicide by Gemma Halliday. I own her first book, which is Deadly Cool. There's that one. This is just a duology. I think this was the $1.67 book. I wanted to have both books, so in case I liked it, I would have both. If I didn't like it, I can always just give it away. It was really cheap, and so I bought it. The next book in the box is The Wicked Within. This is the third book in the Darkness Becomes Her trilogy. They didn't have the second book in paperback, and so I bought the second one from Amazon. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. So I bought the third one during the sale. So then I'll have all of them. I wish that the one I owned was this cover because then it would all match, but I have a different edition. Anyways, they're all in paperback, so it'll all match somewhat. The next book in the box is Bellman and Black. This is by Diane Setterfield. This is just an amazing cover, and there is my bird. I talked about how I love birds in all of my books, especially if it's a crow. I have to have it. This is going to be a murder mystery, I believe, and I own Diane's 13th, a 13th Tale. I think that's what it's called. I haven't read it yet, but I am excited to own another standalone, and hopefully this year I'll get 2 more of my mystery books. The next 2 books that I got is Shade by Jerry Smith Ready. I read Shade. Shade was the very first book that I read in 2014, and I really liked it. But they didn't have it at Book Outlet, and I couldn't get the second one from the library. They don't have it. And so when I saw that Book Outlet had the second one that I could buy as well, I immediately picked it up. The second one is Shift, and the third one is Shine. Maybe one day they will have Shine in paperback so I can buy it. Like I said, the first book was really good, so I'm looking forward to reading the second book. This is a paranormal series. Shade, the first one, is about how ghosts can turn rogue. If they don't go, to the afterlife and they become rogue, then the police will pick them up and put them in kind of like a void cell so they can't be released ever again, something like that. And the main girl is the first person in her generation who can see ghosts. Like I said, this is the very first book I read in 2014, so I'm hoping I remember it right. But I did enjoy it. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars, and I can't wait to read the second one. The next book in the box is a fat one. I didn't realize it was going to be this big, and it's called Last Days by Adam Neville. It says Britain's answer to Stephen King from The Guardian. I believe this is going to be a psychological thriller horror book. I think that's what it is. I mean, really, people, the majority of the books that I buy are going to be in one of those 2 genres, so we'll just go with it. I'm excited to read it. It looks super creepy. There's blood on the tree. It says, does it say something? I thought it said die, but maybe it's just blood splatter. And a creepy house, and it looks scary, like it's in the woods. I'm excited to read it. Oh, I love all the books. Alright, the next book in the box is called Dream Rider by Barry Johnsberg. This is another dream type book. I love dream books. They're kind of all similar, obviously, because they're all about dreams, but each one takes a different twist on how they react or interact with the people who are in the dream state. So, yeah. Alright, so these are the books that were $4.89 a piece. I had to get the entire trilogy, and that is, the Grisha, I think it's Grisha, the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I talked about this in my top 14 of 2014 video. Ruin and Rising was on that list. I just absolutely loved this series. Again, if you guys did not like this series or you didn't like one of these books because it's too slow or what have you, check out the audiobooks for them, because if someone is reading the book to you and you can like not worry about pronunciation of people's names or the cities' names, it's just a lot easier to read and go through. But this is Shadow and Bone. The sequel is Siege and Storm, and the beautiful Ruin and Rising. Ah, I love that I got them all in hardcover. I'm so excited. Alright, the next book in my box is Winter Veil. This is the third book in the Shadow Cry trilogy by Jenna Burtonshaw. This is the first book. Second book is Black Watch. I really like that they have the covers of the books prior on the backs. Is that a new thing? I don't remember that ever happening on books. But I love it. The first two books that I have are in paperback. This one I was going to skip because it wasn't paperback. It was in hardcover, but it was so cheap and I didn't want to wait anymore. And I do want to read this trilogy this year, and so I just caved and bought it. Good grief. This pile is up to here now. Oh my gosh, it's going to fall down. The next book in the box, again, another big one I didn't realize. And this is a brand new release. It came out, I believe, in August or September. This was on my most anticipated reads. It's called Servants of the Storm. It's a demon book. I am so dang excited. This is by, where is her name? Dawson. But what's the, oh, here we go. Delilah S. Dawson. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and like I said, it's a brand new book. I am impressed with Book Outlet, because some of these books should not be sold like that right away. I mean, they just came out, and I got it for like four something, like $4.38 or something like that. The next, did I do that? Oh, wow. The next two books I have are part of a series. The first book is called The Demon's Lexicon by Sarah Reese Brennan, and I wanted to buy the other two books in the trilogy, and so I got them. The second one is it this one? No, I think this is the second one. Is it? Yeah. The second one is The Demon's Covenant, and the third in the trilogy is The Demon's Surrender. This is what, where is it? This is what, where is it? Well, this is what The Demon's Lexicon looks like on the front, but that's not the edition I have. I have the first one in hardback. I was hoping to get all of them in hardback, but what can you do? I don't care anymore. Like, I do kind of care if my books match, but I kind of don't at the same time, because I want all of my series complete on my shelf so I can dive in and start reading them. I hate when I don't have all of the books and then I'm like, ugh, I have to wait. Alright, next book is The Strange Country by Deborah Coates. I have the first two books, which is Wide Open and Deep Down. I showed these to you guys earlier. This is the final book in the trilogy. I can't wait to read it. I didn't show you guys any of the underneath the dust jackets. I'll do that at the very end, and if I find something cool, I'll show you guys. The next three books are part of the Lockdown series. I already own the first and second books. I bought it, I believe, in February or March of 2014. And so, since they had the rest of them on Book Outlet and they were super cheap, like all of the other books were, I decided to buy the rest of them. Oh, I was wrong. It's 3, 4, and 5. There we go. 3, 4, and 5. So we have The Death Sentence, we have Fugitives, and we have Execution. I love these covers, and that's what I the reason why I bought Lockdown to begin with is because the covers looked so creepy. Courtney over at Book Escapism said that this is one of her favorite series, and so I am going to trust her judgment, and I hope to love them as well. I believe they are a dystopian. I think they're a dystopian. All right. The next book in the box is a silly book, and that is Grave Expectations by Charles Dickens and Sherry Browning Irwin. This was a scratch and dent, and this is it. Just that little tiny bend. I'm so excited. The pages are fine. There's a little bit of yellowing, but I don't care. I don't care. I loved Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and I also loved Sense and Sensibility with Sea Monsters. I own Sense and Sensibility with Sea Monsters. I purchased the Pride and Prejudice one. I'm waiting for Amazon to send it to me. So I had to add to my silly collection of classics, and I can't wait to read this. I've read The Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I love that book. I've read it like 3 times, and so I am so excited to see what Pip is. I'm assuming Pip is going to be the werewolf. I want to know what Estella is going to be, because that's going to be hilarious. Oh. All right. The next book in the box, it was a cover by. This is called Silence for the Dead by Simone St. James. This is an adult paranormal. I believe this book is about a nurse who works in an asylum for soldiers, I think. And they come in and they talk to her about the war, and she starts seeing weird things going on. This is a historical fiction. It's set in 1919. I can't wait to read it. It's quite short. It was beautiful. I had to buy it. It said asylum, and so that's what happens when you have buzzwords. I just bought it. All right. The next book in the box is Pretty Girl 13 by Liz Coley. And I bought this because this is a psychological thriller. It was cheap. I can't wait to read it. The picture looks creepy. Let's add it to my Jenga. Jenga, 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 Jenga. Alright, the next book in the box is Splendor by Anna Godberson. This is the 4th and final book in the Lux series. I have the first 3 books. I've been waiting for the 4th book to be in paperback for at least 6 months. And every time I went to buy it, it would sell out. And so finally, I have my hands on it. I'm so excited. I can read all of them. Those are the first 3. There is Lux, Rumor, and Envy. And so now I have the 4th one. It's supposed to be a historical fiction, like chick lit books. And every once in a while, you need a bit of cattiness. And so, it's gonna fall. Alright, I'm gonna have to hold it now. There's 3 more books in the box. The next book I have here is Knightley Sun by Rohan Gavin. This is a middle grade detective novel. I thought that my son would really like it, and so I bought it, of course, for myself, but so that I can share. It's about a father who's trying to teach his son the ropes, and it's a series, so there's more. I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd one is actually on Goodreads, where you can, it's part of the giveaway, you can win it. So I'm going to try and see if I can win that one. But it's really cute. I like it. I can't wait to read it. And let's add it to the Jenga pile. Alright. The next book in the box is another adult psychological thriller book. And it is Help for the Haunted by John Searles. Dazzling, a novel both frightening and beautiful by Gillian Flynn. That was the blurb. And so I needed more adult psychological thrillers in my life and on my shelf. So I bought it, and I love the cover. All right, and the very last book. This one has mixed, well, not mixed. This one has some pretty bad reviews, but it was a cover buy, and it sounded interesting, and I don't care. Maybe I'll like it anyway. Who knows? It's called Backlight, the debut thriller by writers from the Saw franchise. I love the Saw franchise. Yes, all of the movies are the same. They're gory and disgusting, and I love them, and they're all, like I said, they're basically the same plot, different disgusting ways to die. The main thing that people were saying about this book was that it wasn't written very well because it's written by 3 people. I don't know. I don't care. It's by Patrick Melton, Marcus Dunstan, and Stephen Romano. I mean, look at that cover. It looks freaking awesome. I had to buy it. And if it's bad, oh well. It looks good on my shelves. All right. Whew. That was everything. The books, all of them. All of the books. I don't think I could take a picture, and I definitely can't hold these up for you. So that was my book outlet unboxing for the Boxing Day sale. Thanks for watching. If you've purchased any of these books, let me know down in the comments below. If you've read any of these obscure series that I've purchased, let me know down in the comments below. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. It's Thursday already, almost Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you soon.